My name is Courtney Heiser. I'm a second-year agricultural communications student at The Ohio State University. In spring 2019, I was inducted into Alpha Zeta Partners, an agricultural honorary that is built upon the pillars of leadership, scholarship, fellowship, and experience. As a member of AZP, I had the chance to spend the first 6 weeks of my spring 2020 semester studying abroad in Brazil with 13 other AZP students. While there, we attended class at the University of Sao Paulo's Exalc, located in the city of Piracicaba. During our 3-week stay in Piracicaba, not only did we study at Exalc, but we also had the chance to tour agricultural co-ops and agribusinesses around the area. We also had the chance to interact with some Exalc students outside of the classroom. While in Piracicaba, we also spent a weekend with a host family. My family and I had a fun-filled weekend as we toured downtown, giving me the chance to learn a little bit more about the town's history. My host family also introduced me to their friends who own a sugarcane farm. During my last day with my host family, I visited my host brother's school. The school has a farm to promote urban agriculture and a robotics classroom to encourage STEM-related careers. After a fun-filled weekend with our host families, we participated in a service learning project, painting a house for a family in need in the Piracicaba area. Later that week, we got to tour CNHI, where we got to see the production of coffee and sugarcane harvesters. We spent the following weekend in the city of Sao Paulo, where we visited the municipal market, made connections at the Ohio State Brazil Gateway, and immersed ourselves in the culture as we watched samba schools prepare for Carnival. After our weekend in Sao Paulo, we returned to Piracicaba for our last week of school. We had the chance to visit the crop science laboratories as well as the dairy at Exalc. Prior to our final exam, we had a panel discussion with our professors. After the exam, we celebrated with a farewell dinner where we were reunited with our host family before leaving Piracicaba. Early the next morning, we headed to the coastal city of Santos, which is home to the largest shipping port in Brazil. There, we toured a logistics company that handles corn, soybeans, and sugarcane. Later that evening, we had the chance to enjoy the beach. The next day, we toured historical Santos, where we learned about the major role coffee production played in the growth and prosperity of the city. After visiting Santos, we left the state of Sao Paulo and flew to the state of Paraná. There, we visited the model city Curitiba. Curitiba is a city that focuses on sustainability and conservation. They also have a market that has a zero waste program, as well as 86 community gardens around the city. We then traveled to a neighboring city, Ponta Grossa. We visited the Vila Velha State Park, where we learned about the park's role in conserving the natural limestone formations. The next day, we were able to visit a corn and soybean farm. There, we were able to exchange information and knowledge with a farmer. We then traveled to a new city, Foz de Iguaçu. There, we visited the Itaipu Dam, one of the 7 wonders of the modern world, and the world's #1 producer of clean energy. During our stay in Foz de Iguaçu, we also had the chance to visit the second largest farm show in Brazil. Our last day in the city of Foz de Iguaçu was spent at the Iguaçu Falls, one of the natural 7 wonders of the world. We then traveled to the state of Mato Grosso. There we learned about the natural formations of the Chapadas and what the government is doing to preserve the area. After visiting the Chapadas, we traveled to the city of Lucas do Rio Verde, one of Brazil's major agricultural cities. While there, we were able to visit a research foundation as well as a farm that raises cotton and soybeans. After visiting the farm, we headed to the Amazon, and this is where we ended our journey. We stayed in bungalows on a secluded island on the Urubu River. During our time in the Amazon, we got to swim in the Urubu River, fish for piranhas, see river dolphins and water tiger. We went caiman hunting. We also saw the sunrise on the water. We hiked through the Amazon rainforest and learned Survival 101 from our tour guide. And we also got to go on a boat ride on the Amazon River. Our boat ride took us out to the meeting of the waters between the Black River and the Solomais River. After our time in the Amazon, we departed for home. Overall, the journey was a great opportunity to step out of our comfort zones and grow in leadership as we made connections with our peers while learning about Brazil's culture, natural resource management, and agriculture. If you have any questions about my experience or Alpha Zeta Partners, please feel free to reach out. Thank you.